Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. I wrote a poem this morning titled Choose the Light, and I want to read it to you. This particular poem is about trying to focus on the blessings, trying to focus on what God is trying to teach you or remind you of. That oftentimes during pain, during tragedy, we're so focused on what hurts that we miss the whole point of the lesson. We miss the part that is trying to educate us, trying to help us grow, trying to help us be a better husband, be a better wife, be a better son or daughter. It's so easy to focus on the pain itself. And I wanted to write a poem about what it takes, what do you have to do in order to focus on the light that shines through even during painful situations. So here we go, brothers and sisters. We are going to start. Like I said, titled Choose the Light. There are days when the darkness feels endless, when the weight on my shoulders feels too heavy, when my past comes knocking at the door and reminds me of everything I have survived. There are days when I remember the addiction, the bottles, the drugs, the mistakes, the moments when I lost myself trying to escape a pain I didn't know how to carry. There are days when I remember heartbreak, the people I loved who walked away, the promises that were broken, and the nights I wondered why I wasn't enough. There are days when grief finds me too, when I miss the people I have lost, when memories hurt more than they comfort, and I wish I could have one more conversation. There have been battles inside my own mind that I couldn't simply churn off, times when fear became louder than faith, and confusion made it difficult to recognize the truth. I've walked through places in my life where I didn't know if I would make it out. I have fallen down more than once. I have made choices I wish I could take back. And sometimes I still look at my life and see everything that went wrong before I see anything that went right. But I am learning. I am learning that if I stare at the darkness long enough, I can forget that there is a sky above me. I can forget that the sun still rises. I can forget that God has carried me through things I once thought would destroy me. So I'm choosing to look toward the light, not because the darkness isn't real, not because my pain doesn't matter, not because I'm pretending everything is okay. I am choosing the light because I don't want my pain to become the only story I tell about myself. My struggles are part of my testimony, but they are not the entirety of my testimony. My addiction is part of my story, but it isn't the end of my story. My heartbreak is part of my story, but it doesn't mean I will never love again. My mistakes are part of my story, but they don't mean I can never change. My darkest moments are part of my story, but they don't get to decide how this story ends. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John chapter 1, verse 5. This verse reminds me that darkness doesn't have the final word. Jesus does. So when I wake up tomorrow, I want to notice the things I usually overlook. The breath in my lungs, the roof over my head, the food on my table, the people who still care, the music that makes me smile, the laughter that still finds me, the opportunity to begin again. Even the smallest blessings matter. Sometimes the blessing isn't a miracle. Sometimes the blessing is simply making it through another difficult day. Sometimes victory isn't feeling amazing. Sometimes victory is getting out of bed when everything inside you says to stay there. Sometimes faith isn't feeling fearless. Sometimes faith is being terrified and taking one more step anyway. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Psalm chapter 3, verse 1. I have spent enough time counting everything I have lost. Now I want to start counting what God has allowed me to keep. The lessons, the memories, the people, the opportunities, the second chances, the moments of peace, the moments of laughter, the moments when I realized I was stronger than I thought I was. I want to stop asking only, why did this happen to me? And sometimes ask instead, what can God make from this? Maybe my scars can become a testimony. Maybe my failures can become wisdom. Maybe my pain can help someone else feel less alone. Maybe the things I once wanted to hide will become the very things God uses to help someone else find hope. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Psalm chapter 30, verse 5. I don't know how long my night will last, but I believe there is a morning coming. So when a darkness returns, I will remind myself, this is a moment, this is not forever. This pain is real, but it is not punishment. This pain is real, but it is not permanent. This struggle is difficult, but I am still here. And as long as I am still here, there is still a possibility for something beautiful to happen. I will keep praying, I will keep healing, I will keep trying, I will keep getting back up. Some days I may only manage one tiny step toward the light. That is okay. One step is still movement, one prayer is still faith, one breath is still life, one more day is still another opportunity. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. Jesus, teach me to see what I have instead of only what I've lost. Teach me to recognize blessings even when my heart is hurting. Teach me to be grateful without pretending that life is easy. Teach me to carry my scars without being ashamed of them. And when I can't find the light myself, remind me that I don't have to create it, I only have to turn toward you. Because I have spent enough time believing that my darkest moments were the final chapter. They weren't. They were chapters, and my story is still being written. So today, I choose the light. Tomorrow, I will choose it again. And when I fall back into the darkness, I will reach for Jesus again. Not because I am perfect, not because I am healed from everything, not because I have all the answers, but because I still have hope. And sometimes hope is nothing more than a small flame in the middle of a storm. Small doesn't mean powerless. A single candle can still push back the darkness. And if Jesus is holding that light, then I will keep walking toward it. One day, one prayer, one blessing, one breath. Until the darkness no longer feels like the whole story. Because God is still writing. And I am still here. And there is still light. So brothers and sisters, that's what I wrote when it comes to focusing on the light, even when there's darkness, even when there's pain, even when there's tragedy, focusing on the love that Jesus Christ, focus on the love that Jesus Christ is showing you every single day. He's faithful and he loves you and he's not going to give up on you. So whether it's addiction, whether it's alcohol or cocaine or meth or heroin, whether it's a mental illness like bipolar disorder or schizophrenia or depression or anxiety, or if you just got out of a relationship and someone broke your heart, you thought they were the one. No matter what you're struggling with, mental, physical, spiritual, I want you to know that Jesus loves you. He loves us all. And so don't let this world distract you. Don't let this world lead you astray. To all my brothers and sisters, I want you to know that you have the choice. Do you choose the light or do you focus on the darkness? Do you focus on the pain? That is a choice you have to make. Nobody can do it for you. That's something that you have to decide. So, brothers and sisters, I hope this poem encourages you to focus on the light. So, thank you guys so much. God bless and have a wonderful afternoon. Peace.